Hello, everybody. Welcome to TOI Sports, your daily guide to all that's happening in the Indian Premier League 2025 season. This is Beyond the Boundary, and today on Beyond the Boundary, we have a Power Pack show. We've got Dwaipe and Datta joining us from Chennai. We've got Nitin Naik joining us from Mumbai, and finally, we have Pratyush joining us from Delhi. Thanks a lot, gentlemen, for joining us today on this show. We are counting down to the
Thank you.
first game of the day. Remember, it's a double-header day. The first game is between Rajasthan and Punjab in Jaipur. But before that, we have a few issues to knock off. Dwaipan, starting off with you. Kolkata eliminated from the tournament after the washout last night. So now we are basically down to six sides now in the reckoning for a place in the playoffs. How do you see this playoff scenario?
Uh, yeah, I mean, obviously, had there been a game yesterday and Calcutta won, then a few more options would have been there. But yes, now down to six teams, and uh, the one thing I prefer in an IPL situation is the number of meaningless games. But having said that, with four teams already being uh, eliminated, so there will be a few games without context, like the Chennai Rajasthan game, and I do not exactly know the Calcutta schedule. There could be one or two, one game which is meaningless. So that, from a consumer or as a fan point of view, that is the only downside of it. But it is now it's a kind of a tight six-team league, which with even the top two spots are up for grabs. So it's a kind of a smash and grab situation, which is interesting, provided the weather holds, provided there are matches and there are no more washouts, because we are playing cricket at the beginning of monsoon. So it could be an interesting, what, how many days, about a couple of weeks from here on. But yeah, that's what it is. But the rain was unfortunate yesterday, the washout. I know KKR might not have qualified, but uh, well, they got washed out finally. If you cannot chase down 111 in one of the games, then these things will happen.
Nitin, KKR can't really blame the washout last night or a washout in Eden Gardens the other day for not being in the playoff right now. Like Dwaipan mentioned, they couldn't chase down 111. The side looked a bit disjointed, uh, and they didn't have the goods that delivered for them last year.
I think they lost it in the at the auction table itself. Once they let go of batters like a captain like Shreyas Iyer and a batter as well as Phil Salt. If you look at the way both of them have performed for their respective franchises this year, you see what they have lost out on, and also Mitchell Stark. Uh, they they lost out on Mitchell Stark, who bowled beautifully once the playoffs started last year, and he had a reasonable season with Delhi, but yeah, they lost it at the auction table. And if you see this, I mean, this is a curious pattern here. If you look at the three sides that have gambled on overtly experienced players like Chennai, like Kolkata, and even Delhi. I mean, investing in someone like a Faf du Plessis, I thought was a bit of a gamble. That could not really, because he broke down in the middle of the season. So I feel teams that have invested very heavily on players on the wrong side of 35 and who do not play regular cricket, I think they have struggled. And I think it's maybe a pointer to further auctions, that you look at players who are young, who are in the circuit, and who understand modern T20 cricket, instead of just investing in players that have outlasted their utility.
Pratyush, this particular season for Kolkata, it seemed like there are too many cooks that spoil the broth. If the saying had a face, it would be Kolkata, because they had so many coaches. Midway, they brought in Abhishek Nair. The batting lacked a plan. They didn't have a Phil Salt. They lost patience with Quinton de Kock. Everything happened for them, and that's why they are out of the tournament.
And officially, Abhishek Iyer has still not been sacked by the BCCI, right? Or released. So for them, it's like it's been like as Harshit Rana in here in Delhi, he put it out like someone asked, ki, is it was it Gautam Gambhir factor? Ki, I mean, what was the last season? You guys are not able to perform the same way. He said, "माहौल नहीं है ऐसा." गौती भाई थे तो माहौल अलग था. But I mean, as Nitin sir mentioned rightly, they lost they lost in the auction only. Venkatesh Iyer for everything he has done and all, 23 crore is like, I mean, I don't know. I mean, what they were thinking. But and even in the playing 11, you can't have a Ajinkya Rahane, Ankush Raghuvanshi, and Venkatesh Iyer mostly same kind of a batter at 3, 4, 5. And for me, the biggest mystery is Rinku Singh. I mean, I don't know what they are doing with Rinku Singh, why he's so underutilized. Is he like, has they lost confidence in him? Kya scene hai? There's so many questions. As you rightly mentioned, I think they have like, I mean, I can't see them. I mean, they've been knocked out now, knocked out from the playoffs. But I think if they continue the same way in the next season, it's going to be a long road for them.
Yeah, absolutely. And Dwaipan, now looking at the other sides, in with a chance to make it to the playoffs, we have four sides who are eliminated from the competition officially. So now looking at the other sides, out of the six remaining sides, who are the top four in your view?
Gujarat Titans, I think, will be in the top four because Josh Butler doesn't leave till till the end of the playoffs, so that is almost a lock in. Then RCB RCB also should be in the top four. I don't, but RCB's aim should be top two. That is where their aim is. But I think RCB will also make top four. I do not know about the top two part. Top two, Gujarat will be top two, and then given the talent of the sides, I think Mumbai Indians has a fair chance of making it through. Mumbai Indians and Punjab Kings should make the uh, finish the top four table, and Delhi Capitals, because the things have started going from bad to worse as the tournament has gone on. So I think it could be a steep road ahead for Delhi. But I think Delhi versus Bombay, there is a game. Is there a game? Delhi versus
Yeah,
Bombay?
Yeah,
yeah,
Wednesday.
Yeah,
one.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's
So that could be a virtual quarterfinal. I think that is a match that will decide who among the two will be the top four. But given the sheer weight of the talent that Mumbai has in a 20 over game, I think Mumbai has a better chance. So Mumbai and Punjab make the 3 and 4 for me.
Nitin, do you agree?
Yeah, the top four as it is. In fact, I see the table. I see the top four by the time we finish the league engagements as it is. In fact, that's why I was before we went live. I was saying that maybe, if they wanted all the players, um, all their cream of the players to participate in the dying stages of the tournament, what they could have done was, yes, they could have released all the other teams. They should have just maybe, and let's be honest, who really has a chance to make it through?
yeah.
Yeah, if you look at all the points table and the way that the run rates also are there, what they could have done was have a playoff between Mumbai and Delhi,
Mm.
have the top three as it is, have a playoff between Mumbai and Delhi, and whoever wins that gets into the team as a team number four, and then have the top four and play the league and conclude the league. So I think sometimes they're too fixated in terms of arranging certain number of games just to please their broadcasters, but they could have done that, but I feel that it's beyond any other team. Lucknow are badly struggling. They also have a terrible net run rate. Um, Delhi and Bombay, I think it will come down to that game at the Wankhede on Wednesday. And in fact, if Delhi lose today, I think they are in big trouble.
Pratyush, what's your take on the playoff scenario?
I think these four, the top four, they are as it is. What they will qualify. Delhi, I can't see them qualifying. Uh, for one reason simply they have lost Mitchell Stark. I mean, Mitchell Stark was the only X factor in that team. Now they are going to rotate KL Rahul again. KL will open today. Uh, they betted on Jake Fraser McGurk. He has not performed. He's not coming back also. So that team there's no dark horse. I mean, it's so. I mean, I can't see them going with Mitchell Stark not there. They have lost their way. I mean, if they will lose today and they are well out of the tournament, it's done for them.
Yeah, we have got two games coming up today. The first game is the game between Rajasthan Royals and Punjab Kings in Jaipur, the final game in Jaipur for this season. And then we've got Delhi taking on Gujarat. Before we move to the next topic, I just want to come to Dwaipan first. The first game, Rajasthan is out of the competition. They take on Punjab Kings. For Punjab, it's a case of solidifying their position on the points table. And Rajasthan is already weakened majorly, with Nitish Rana also going out, Jofra Archer being available. But I think there is some confusion about Shimron Hetmyer as well. Uh, I really wonder what's the motivation left for the boys now to come out and play.
The only motivation that normally happens in a situation like this is a contract for the next year. And some, yes, that is true for all sports. Sometimes what happens when a team is knocked out early, no, then that matches towards the end, sometimes in those games that team becomes very dangerous because the entire baggage is gone, the psychological pressure is off, and these players start playing, try to give their best with the next year's contract in mind. So that can sometimes make them dangerous, unleash the inner kind of demon in them. So in a way, it is a kind of a slippery game. It is not always a very easy game, especially in a format like 2020 where things can just go here and there in an over or two. So, but having said that, Punjab has the quality. Like there is no doubt about it that Punjab has the quality in them to probably deal with whatever is thrown at them. But having said that, this Rajasthan Royals having those gun players like Yashasvi Jaiswal and that kid uh, Suryavanshi, like if one of those guys suddenly click and score a 120, then suddenly becomes a tricky game. A 220 chase on any given day on any given attack can be tricky. So that's the only worry that Punjab should be worried about. Other than that, in a normal situation, it's a winnable game.
Nitin, what's your take on this game?
Vaipan mentioned that it's about next year's contract for the players. I would also like to take the name of the coach over here. Although it's in Indian cricket, it's a bit blasphemous to question anything that Rahul Dravid does, or it seems rather blasphemous because of all the other factors that are associated with him. But I think tactically he's been extremely poor. Sending Hetmyer very very late, a couple of botched up chases. Players like Drew Jurel, I think, being retained for too high a sum, letting Josh Butler go. Uh, I don't know what role or who took that decision to let go of Sangakkara, who was so good tactically, over the last couple of years, and who took them to one playoff spot and one final. So I think it's also important for Rahul Dravid to have a good last couple of games here, because I thought after his stock suddenly went up after India won the T20 World Cup under him, and but we have seen in previous IPLs also, he used to tinker around the sides needlessly and disturb the momentum of the team. This whole business of trying to build something and not really concentrate too much about results, I don't think it really works in franchise cricket. It's okay at the under 19 level, India A level, where results are not important and you're developing players. But I think he seems to take it a little bit too far, and I don't think if I am a franchise owner, I'll be too happy with it.
Pratyush,
Chandrash, can I just have a little to add to Nitin's thing? Like the problem with Rahul is that I think he's a little too data driven. Like his obsession for data sometimes comes in his way of getting things right. Like and he should have taken a cue from his India stint, that that World Cup that he finally won was not won by data. It was won by one moment of sheer brilliance by Surya Kumar Yadav. Otherwise, he would have been a failure of a coach. He's a little. It's fine to be driven by data, but when data becomes the overriding issue, then such problems probably start creeping in. I think that's a major problem for Rahul. That's why these entry points, what he's saying, Shimran Hetmeyer comes in late. That's the reason for that. He's too driven by data.
You make a very good
Yes.
point because Brendan McCullum has just got rid of two guys who work on data. One is Freddie Wild, who's with
Hmm.
RCB, son of the great Simon Wild,
So,
and Nathan Lehman, who's with Kolkata, who used to put the numbers outside the dressing room when Owen Morgan was the captain of England, white ball captain of England. Both these guys are out of the English setup because Brendan has said that I want the players to take charge as well. They can't depend too much on what the numbers are also saying. You make a very interesting and valid point because these matchups also mess up the situation. Because if you go by matchups, Pratyush,
yeah.
someone like Shane Warne and Muthaiya Muralidharan would not have picked up wickets because then Arjuna and Mark Taylor and Steve Waugh and everybody and Ricky Ponting would have said, no, a right-hander is there, so I can't bowl Muthaiya Muralidharan. A left-hander is there, so I can't bowl Shane Warne. So this kind of logic doesn't work in cricket, I think. To a point, data is fine.
Data way, I mean, I don't know. I mean, as the Pine said, we won 2024 because of sheer piece of brilliance, and second was South Africa was your opponent. They choked. Agar koi aur team hoti, if Australia or someone else, they could have like chased it down. But with Rajasthan, again, they lost at the auction. As Nitin sir mentioned, like letting go of Josh Butler was a big no. I mean, the problem with Rajasthan, I've always felt that कि boss तुम academy नहीं चला रहे हो. It's a franchise cricket. You want to win something. You take credit for everything. We make star. No, we are here to win. Mumbai Indians also, they have won 5 times, right? Their scouting is as good as anyone in the history of the IPL. I mean, ठीक है, you have, I mean, you've taken the everything that we have created, build. Yes, Yashasvi Jaiswal, Rihan Parag, Sanju Samson. It's also कि इतना deliver किया भाई. You have won nothing. If you won one tournament, then you inaugural, then you reach the final. The team was so good. Then again, you kind of tinkered that squad completely, and now they're at ninth, right? So I mean, I don't know what's goes behind the scene at the RR, the franchise itself. So they have to leave that obsession of कि यार हम ना star बना रहे हैं. टूर्नामेंट जीत लो, स्टार खुद बन जाएंगे.
Yeah, that's a very valid point Pratyush makes, Dwaipan, because this is what happened with John Buchanan also, where he spoke
Yeah,
about a 5-year vision and a 10-year vision, so on so forth for Kolkata Knight Riders. With franchise cricket,
it's
you've got
it's like
limited.
It's like
Yeah,
Mikel Arteta or Arsenal. Project. That like $1 million money is down the drain. You have won absolutely nothing, and they are like, I mean, every season's like Netflix. You're waiting for the next season. You need to win something. No, I mean, I'm sorry, sir. Please.
no, but yeah,
Because he's an
Dwaipan,
Arsenal fan and he's very angry. I can
yeah,
understand.
Dwaipan's glowing right now. But Dwaipan, this is what I used to think when John Buchanan was the coach of Kolkata Knight Riders. He spoke about a long-term vision. If I have spent crores of money, I want results today, not 5 years later.
Yes, like that 2009, what John Buchanan did, like it was, I remember that was you and I both were in South Africa, and one day I ended up being in Saurav Ganguly's room, and he was just so angry. Like he was like, "What is this happening? 5 captains." He asked me, "You tell me. You have been covering cricket, and you tell me what is wrong. What is wrong? You should tell me. I should not be telling you. Like, is this coaching? Like." That was like complete two schools coming, one being almost pitted one against the other. There has to be a middle ground. Like it cannot be just data, like this vision, this whatever. Like I think Pratyush is being a little too harsh on Arsenal, because Arsenal doesn't have, sometimes doesn't have the budget and They kind of they have made a team out of nothing, and they are doing pretty well. They have made the semifinals of the Champions League, and it's very good. But having said that, this in franchisee cricket, where you have equal amount of money, at least on paper, there then it has to be slightly more innovative, and it is always on a 3-year cycle. It's not like international football where Arsenal can have a team for 10 years. Like, they may end up winning a lot going forward, but IPL it doesn't happen like that. It is about a 3-year cycle. So these long term visions do not actually work in IPL.
Yeah, before we count down to the toss, which will happen in 8 minutes, Nitin, there's an interesting story done by Pratyush about the backhand men in IPL, the guys who work in the background, and quite an interesting one. Did you happen to read that particular story
No,
about
no,
men
no.
who
I
plan
haven't.
the logistics? And I'll let Pratyush talk about that. What is the story all about?
Story basically, I mean, those guys, the operation guys, logistic guys, how things get done. Like generally, a cricketer, they don't have to even think about their stuff. Everything is done. You just have to keep your luggage outside, and it's a mayhem. For 70, 80 days. These guys, I mean, there's so many things you just can't write. See what goes behind the scenes. Suddenly, someone's family is there. You have to book, adjust ticket and everything. So interestingly, what happened after the Dharamsala match? There was, and the way they pulled it off, because I mean, some of the senior officials said, "Let's take the teams to to Pathankot." So one of the operative guys says he had the drones attack. Ho rahe. Why are you taking them there? So I mean, they what goes behind the scene is very fascinating, and to everyone, it's a makeshift office for them. They work on the road. They work. There's no shift. There's nothing. कि अभी ये होगा अभी वो होगा sometimes, and there's so many funny stories. I mean, for last year Punjab Kings team का जो कैप्टन था शिखर धवन उसका किट बैग दिल्ली रह गया. So अभी next day match है, and they somehow they managed to pull it all together. So, I mean, traveling with 100 people, how they managed to pull it off, everything after the match. For example, how difficult it is to host a match in Bangalore, where the airport is so far. Even in Delhi, in national capitals, these two venues are like absolutely chaos when it comes to hosting an IPL match because of the security, because of the distance from the airport, and how after once the match get ended, entire thing will be directly transported to the airport. उनको मतलब कि वो होटल नहीं जाता. So they were very, I mean, काफी अच्छे interesting anecdotes थे over the years how it has happened. And the poor guy जो पंजाब किंग्स का था, he was with the South Africa team when that COVID thing happened in Dharamsala. That match got called off and they were taken to a charter to Kolkata. So he said, कि Dharamsala, all said and done, आप लोगों के लिए it's a very scenic, Dhauladhar range and all. But for us, boss, it's the worst venue जहाँ पे आप कुछ कर सकते हो. I mean, even the airport and everything, you can't have big flights. Everything goes by the road. So that venue is like, I mean, what happened that night? It was like crazy. But yeah, I'll share the link with you.
Okay.
Nitin, just having said that, we were talking off air about the venues as well, and
Yeah.
that's a challenge. Places like Dharamshala, there are other places where Pune, for example, it's halfway to
Half
Pune.
Mumbai.
It's not half Mumbai, half Pune. It's on the expressway. So these are all challenges that we don't seem to realize because once the play starts, everything seems okay and everything seems gungo.
Yeah, and I think also not just in the IPL, Chandrish. I think where I think the BCCI doesn't get enough credit is uh, the number of matches across all age groups, across men and women, are staged. I don't think any country stages so many games, and never have I read or seen a story across various media platforms um, where an umpire has not reached, where the food has not been delivered
No,
to the player. I don't think I have read or the balls have not reached, or you've had issues of different kinds, but logistically, I don't think we've ever seen or heard of a story where these things have happened. So this is where I think the organization has to be credited. There are several things that the BCCI does that is not quite right, but in terms of logistics and conducting matches without any hassle, I don't think too much blame can be attached there.
Dwaipan, just 4 minutes to go for the toss. The next game, Gujarat Delhi. How do you see that going?
I think Gujarat should win. Gujarat has nothing in the Gujarat setup has changed as yet. Uh, their template has been working. The only thing that can work against them is this break, which can become a break in the momentum. Also, that is the only gray area for Gujarat at the moment. If all if all the constituent parts fall into place, and if this is a continuation from where they had left off earlier, and the players are in the similar mode, then it is very difficult to see Gujarat losing to Delhi at this stage of the tournament. The Gujarat model, whatever that means, is is a kind of a like it's very strange. Like it's a like the banking so much on the top three in a T20 setup. I haven't seen a team doing that with so heavily dependent on three batters, telling them that this is the way to go, you are responsible, and all three have got more than 500 runs, and all three have similar like kind of similar runs, 507, 8, 10, like 5 and I have not seen a model like this in T20 cricket before, and it's working well for Ashish Nehra at the moment.
Nitin, Gujarat Delhi, who's winning?
Gujarat, I think too much quality in that team. Batting, bowling, uh, the I think the size of the ground also will suit their batters. Uh, Left hand, right hand opening combination followed by Butler. They seem to have, we keep saying in T20 cricket, the role of an anchor doesn't really exist. But this opening pair has kind of thrown that rule book out of the window. They've batted like an anchor. The top three, in fact, I think one of the top three have batted. I was saying somewhere that one of the top three have batted till the 17th over in all the games. So that when that happens, then it's very difficult to break through a batting lineup. I don't think they've had a. Has there been a game where they've had a less subpar 170 total? I don't think so.
No,
MI match,
MI
Mumbai
game.
match.
MI match, yeah, but they ended up winning that
It's
game.
still
Yeah.
one,
So
yeah.
yeah, they still won. So and they were chasing that, right? So so that's why they ended up scoring less than 170. But in terms of when they were batting first, I don't think they've had a sub 170 subpar 170 score. So when you have a batting lineup that's so much in form, uh, I don't think there's too much to worry about. I thought that they would struggle with, with another spin bowling, but I think Sai Kishore has exceeded at least my expectations. I did not expect him to bowl so well in white ball cricket. He's a fabulous red ball bowler, but never expected him that he'll bowl so well with so much control in white ball cricket. And that delivery that he has developed, that mystery delivery that he's developed, I think it augurs well for Gujarat.
Just to let you know, it's time for toss in Jaipur. We'll update you once the toss takes place. Pratyush, the first game, Rajasthan Punjab, should be a cakewalk for Punjab.
I think so. I think Punjab will win this match because I mean, their quality, as we mentioned earlier, their quality-wise, they're much superior side. And Rajasthan have so many holes in their playing 11. Will play maybe they'll give few of the chances to their academy players. Maybe Kunal Singh Rathore and other Rajasthan Royals academy players will be there to get their chance. And as DD mentioned, to get a contract for the next year. So I think it will be Punjab's game. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
the news coming in from Jaipur is that Punjab have won the toss and elected to bat. So that's a good sign for Punjab. They can start off well. Didi, do you agree? Punjab winning this match?
Yes, Punjab should win because and now that they have won the toss, they have the option of getting the big runs on the board. Like as I was saying earlier, like playing without fear and without any burden sometimes unchains these young kids. Uh, Only I think their only worry should be Yashashi Jaiswal. He's just a phenomenal talent, and like if it's a 180, 190 kind of a score, Jaiswal if he clicks, he can just run away with it. Otherwise, like it should be winnable game for Punjab. It should they should not falter, especially now that they've won the toss. They should get a 200 plus score and finish this game.
Final word with Nitin. Punjab or Rajasthan?
Punjab, but if you can accuse me of being an MI fan, then I would hope that RR wins and then makes the equation a little bit more tight.
Interesting, interesting. So that's it for today on our show Beyond the Boundary. We'll be back again tomorrow after the game. And that's it from the four of us, Dwaipan, Nitin, and Pratyush. Thanks a lot for joining us today. We'll be back again tomorrow. Till then, all of you watching us on any platform that provides you the opportunity to like, share, subscribe, please do that. Comment. And also, if you're on YouTube, remember to press the notification bell. Until tomorrow, take very good care of yourselves. It's goodbye and God bless from all four of us.